guys, Dan McCoy with R. McCoy. We're here in the American Concrete Pumping Association booth, and we ran into Kerry here. We're just going to talk about some safety concerns. Mainly what we run into, and you see this a lot in the field, is operators not setting up cribbing correctly or not putting the outrigger pads down. They either do a reset, they don't have the time. That's one of the things ACPA really tries to get a hold on and make people aware of that kind of safety. And I know in our fleet, we've converted most of the use from our plywood, the made-at-home outrigger pads, to an engineered pad like Dica. And Kerry, if you want to take a minute and explain, some of the safety concerns that your product really covers up for us. And then I think you got a really cool new product here that you told us about. I think it's called ProStack. That it's an engineered cribbing system to create that gap that you do end up with cranes and concrete pumps on a daily basis on a job.
Absolutely.
Take it away.
Yes. Well, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being a great customer. It's great to be here at the World of Concrete, and really excited to partner with you guys and to be a part of the ACPA. And we have for many years heard lots of different complaints and desires to get a way to safely crib up for height. And we have worked with some great partners, and we have a product called ProStack Cribbing, which allows you to engineer your safety. We have a load performance rating of 110,000 pounds, and it's using an engineered material, so the load properties and the material properties do not change when they're exposed to moisture, when they are exposed to the environment. So it's really a very good solution. We've got guys in the field now using it for probably a couple of years, and really seeing some tremendous success with the safer setup. They can stack up to 6 feet high. They can just do some really powerful things with it in the field.
Yeah, and like we were talking beforehand, I really think when you compare that to like a heavier native timber that you want to use, as an engineer, you can't count on that all the time.
Right.
Am I dealing with the 1800 psi crushing force? Am I going to deal with some deleterious materials that are in that wood? They're going to be knots or something. There's always that in the back of your mind. But with an engineered product to do this kind of cribbing, it's great. You've got this column, certified for basically 110,000 pounds, going all the way down. I just think that's a great idea. It looks a lot safer than stacking 4x4s.
Absolutely. No, it's phenomenal, and the system, as you mentioned, it's designed to work together. So we start with the base Dica pad. We machine in a pyramid interlocking pattern into that base pad, and that allows the pyramid or the ProStack blocks to lock right in there. That way there's no lateral movement. You just stack them up in 6-inch high increments, you cross layer them, and you keep going. You put a top layer neoprene pad on top, and the neoprene provides a little bit of cushion. It also provides grip, so when that outrigger float is placed on top of that, it also protects the ProStack pattern itself. It keeps it from eroding over time, and this provides a really strong and safe setup.
Now, another cool thing I like is you were just showing me some composite crane mats for high capacity stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like big steel mat stuff. And I was just mentioning to you, before that, we kind of had to make our own. So it was kind of out there, and now we've got these great manufactured crane mats. I see they're called Fiber Max, and that's pretty impressive stuff. The way they're stackable, easy to put out. They weigh about a third of steel. So
correct.
I mean, that's a no-brainer for if you've got to be on the move with a mobile unit, especially even not so much even the pump side, but you're talking about crane setups, crane erection, that type of thing. It's a really cool product that I didn't know existed until we just talked about it.
I know. Well, I'm glad we had a chance to meet you today and get you geared up on the Fiber Max Mega Duty product line. I was not aware that you even had cranes larger than 100 tons. So we all learned something new today.
We seem to be in the pump world quite a bit.
You guys are sitting on a 110-ton RT crane there.
Yeah,
the 100-ton category up to the 500-ton category in the RT, the all-terrain fields, that's where this Mega Duty product is designed. We actually have some concrete pumping companies on a 70-meter that are using the 6x4x6 Mega Duty pads. So it's an engineered fiber reinforced polymer product. The only steel on it is a steel frame. And then that's why we're able to then use the technology of the fiber reinforced polymer. We create internal bidirectional shear webs. So you being an engineer, you understand load distribution better than most. With a normal steel pad design, you might get two directional or bi-directional because the channels are going this way. Inside of the Dica FiberMax Mega Duty, we have an internal bi-directional shear web grid where we can now take the load and distribute it out in 4 directions. Huge benefit. It really reduces your peak pressures on job sites, and just really engineers a safe set.
So if you have a soil that you're more concerned with punching shear, you know, you've got a sand, or you know, a lot of times you get a bloated clay that sometimes it'll want to heave and go down on you. You think it's okay, but when you're dealing with the kind of weights that we're dealing with in the crane application, in the larger booms, the 61 meters, the new 65s, and like the 70 meters that Bootsmeister has. That's a lot of weight, especially when you've got the boom out there over one outrigger. You don't want to take a risk.
Absolutely.
So, hey, Kerry, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you talking with us and promoting safety and supporting ACPA and providing a good product. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.